Hi, this is Lindsay, one of the co-hosts of Beauties and Headcanons. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Hi, this is Peggy Rojas, host of Viviendo una Vida en Balance here at Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you can come back and check my show, Viviendo una Vida en Balance, where we talk about life hacks to live a life in balance. And this show's in Spanish. A new show comes out every Monday, so don't forget to subscribe on iTunes and share with your friends. Again, thank you for checking out the following broadcast in Public House Media.
Last time on the Greg and Dave Show.
But it sounds like we are about ready to introduce our next song. Haha!
You're on the Nifty 850 WWWW.
Welcome in for our smooth jazz with rare elements.
Smooth jazz. Here comes Rare Elements with their glowing rock album. I don't know, whatever.
It's time for the Greg and Dave Show.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening. It is your boy, Dante, a.k.a. What is it, just Dante, a.k.a. What is it?
15% more Dante?
15% more Dante. Soon to be 16% more Dante as I continue to load on the screen. And I also have with me here...
Dave Show! Yay!
And you're listening to the Greg and Dave Show. Rest in peace, Greg, because he is not here. And we've added 15%, soon to be 16% more Dante. And we are ready to give you a great show. If you are listening, that means you probably found our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, or at PH Media. Public House Media is thephmedia.com. So,
oh yeah,
you know how we do. We are here for a great podcast. And today, I think because it's so close to Halloween, it makes sense that this topic has come up. The topic that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, this is going to be kind of a scary one to start with. And we should mention we're doing kind of a mini-sode thing again this week. I did one with Paul Umquist last week for Deodatus. And even though Dante's back this week, Dante does the work.
I am.
He be working, yo.
Like Rihanna.
Yes, Dante basically is Rihanna.
Yeah,
he's not like zipped up in a Rihanna suit or anything, as far as I know. But nonetheless, you've been dealing with a lot of flying and jet lag and all that good stuff.
Yeah, it's been crazy.
And you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here. This is how we do it. We hustle.
Yeah, you wanted to impress Mrs. Bale. We know it.
I did. She's looking pretty today.
Well, I can't agree with you there. But nonetheless, we'll go into our first story. Coming from dailymail.co.uk, a fine source, of course.
Love those UKers.
Absolutely. And this is a story with a very long title.
Okay.
So it's not like one of those clever 3-word titles. This is like almost the entire story put into one sentence. Doctors save Russian man who stayed conscious after plunging an 8-inch knife into the middle. Take your guesses as to where, folks. You ready? Here we go.
Toe.
Into the middle. You want to guess?
I said toe.
Okay. 8-inch knife into the middle of his own skull. Why? Because he wanted to make an, quote, extra hole to help him breathe. Now, I don't know about you, 15% more Dante. I got allergies. I've had asthma. I've been there. You know, you get stuffed up. Everything's tough. You know, you got to breathe through your mouth because your nose ain't cooperating.
Yeah.
Have you ever contemplated putting a new hole into your head to help with breathing?
I have not. It sounds different.
Yeah, it's a different idea, for sure.
Wow, that's crazy.
It says a man has miraculously survived after plunging a sharp knife deep into his skull without sustaining brain damage. Which is kind of amazing.
Honestly, first of all, I'm kind of upset that they didn't give a spoiler alert before I read the title, because the title spoils the whole thing.
Pretty much. It does save you from... I mean, I guess they get the click. They don't really care if you read it or not.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Maybe there's that. I don't know.
Okay, they get their money either way.
Pretty much.
Okay. I'll be content with that then. We can get back to the story.
Yuri Zokov claimed he wanted to make another hole in his head because he could not breathe properly through his nose. Police found the Russian man kneeling in a field with the 8-inch kitchen blade buried deep in his head. Now, Dontae, I don't know if you had a chance to look through this story yet, but do you know, what would your guess be when you first see or hear this story? How old do you think this guy is?
I did not get to look at this story. I'm going to take a guess, and I'm going to say this guy seems like he would be, I mean, at that age, like, I'm going to go with, like, 22. You know, those kids and they're eating Tide Pods and stuff. I feel like that's probably the appropriate age to do something like this.
An excellent point. And before I saw the age myself, I would probably have agreed with you, like, early 20s, kind of just post-college. You think you know enough, even though you have no idea what you're doing. Hey, I was there. I still am there, actually.
True.
But anyway, Yuri Zokov is 41 years old.
What? That is like, that's a dad's age. Okay, all right.
There you go. He was fully conscious, said a law enforcement source in the Russian town of Donsk in Rostov region. My nose was not breathing. I pierced my head to breathe, he said. Well, that's logical.
Yeah, just a little.
X-rays taken after he was rushed to the hospital show how deeply the knife had pierced his head, with medics saying it was a miracle he had not killed himself or suffered acute brain damage. It could be ugly brain damage, if you ask me, but bottom line, I'm amazed that he is not going to have any brain damage, because clearly
he started with something.
His brain ain't working right anyway.
True. Maybe he didn't suffer damage because it couldn't get damaged anymore. It was at the bottom, the complete bottom of the barrel.
There you go. That's it's one of those things you take. I can't remember this simile I was going for, so I'm just going to skip it.
You can't get robbed if you have $0, you know?
There you go. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it right there. They've got some pictures of the guy. Surgeons remove the knife and say the man is alive, but in grave condition because of the risk of infection.
Oh.
Still got that potentially here. But nonetheless, the astonishing scene was filmed on a police video as shocked officers arrived at the scene and realized how at least 5 inches of the blade was embedded in the head of a man known locally as Yura. Who stuck it in you? Asked a bemused policeman who pleaded with the man not to try and move his head or the knife, fearing he would die immediately. Don't touch, said the officer. Then the man calmly explained he had done this to himself.
Wow.
I'm impressed if he could do it calmly.
True. That's crazy.
Yeah. So,
Like, in some way, he's brave, you know? Like, I could never imagine inflicting that pain on myself.
I'm kind of impressed he didn't say, like, oh, some guy came running by and stabbed me in the head and ran away, and I didn't see who it was. But I mean, you admit you did it to yourself. That's, I don't know. But, nonetheless, the officer was instructing him, sit as you are, do not move, do not bend your head. Because, of course, I bend my head on a day-to-day basis, but...
but not with the knife in it.
Yeah, it's not the best thing to do, I guess. But it says the officer's quick thinking is believed to have saved the man's life. When you do get stabbed with something, you got a knife stuck in you, I guess they generally say you should not try to remove the blade on your own because that can actually cause more damage.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes better to just leave it there and let the professionals deal with it, as they say.
True.
So yeah, there's some pictures here if you want some nightmare fuel. We, of course, will have the link to the story up on the Facebook page,
yes,
facebook.com/Greg Dave Show.
Woo-woo.
And yeah, it says here toward the end, the x-rays were made showing the blade was exactly between the two hemispheres of the brain.
Wow.
Pretty amazing. I guess that was another point that I hadn't really thought about is if you were to try to create a hole in your head, where would you put it? I guess I wouldn't go for the top of the head. That's me.
Well, are we talking about for breathing still?
Yeah, for breathing.
I mean, the only thing I could think of is, like, unfortunately, people who've gotten lung cancer from smoking, they have little holes in their neck. Maybe that's a place you can get some extra air from.
I guess that'd be a point. maybe like underneath the mouth somehow. Try to go through the jaw.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like you got a lot of muscle you're kind of dealing with there to move it.
True.
Nonetheless, we here at the Greg and Dave Show, now featuring 15% More Dontae, do not advise anybody put new holes in their head.
Please don't.
Not unless without some kind of, an official type person there. I mean, piercing your ears is okay, I guess.
Yes, that is totally fine. But you still might want a professional there.
Indeed, yeah, I would definitely recommend having somebody who knows very well what they're doing any of those sorts of things. Definitely so. Well, we have another story here. We're dealing with near death here in a way.
Oh,
We just talked about one. We have another one here, which I will forego the name of this one. We'll put people in suspense a little bit here, I think.
ooh, okay.
This from the New York Post, nypost.com. And they have a video up. And it says here, a young woman was told that her boyfriend had been in a terrible motorcycle accident.
Whoa.
Now we know, I don't know about you, 15% More Dontae, but I've heard plenty of stories of people having accidents on motorcycles, so I personally am not interested in being on one.
I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be fun, but a lot of scary things can happen on motorcycles. It says that she was brought to the scene. She saw his lifeless body laying there in the middle of the street. And again, I'm watching the video here, and he's kind of laying right in the middle of a 2-lane road.
Wow.
Right in the middle there. Not moving. Girlfriend comes over, has a look. Yeah, traffic people coming over, kind of taking control of things. But it says, in reality, Jeffrey Del Rio staged the incident with the help of several traffic cops. And what do you suppose he was faking his own death for with his girlfriend there to see him laying there in the street?
He was faking his death? Wow. Let me see. Was it a prank?
Was it a prank? Well, I guess it depends how you look at it, but
Okay.
it was to pull off one of the worst marriage proposals ever.
What? A marriage proposal? That's awesome.
Yep, he gets rolled over. He's kind of pulling himself together, gets up on one knee, whips the box out. Bam. Will you marry me? What the crap?
And I'm guessing she said no.
I was thinking about this earlier. This is the perfect way. By the way, the Greg and Dave Show, now featuring 15% More Dontae, does not advise ever faking your death, especially if you're going to incorporate a wedding proposal
Or avoid passing.
at the end of it. It's just the thing that it does, though, is I feel like it gets the other party feeling so bad and missing you so much and thinking about all the good and great and wonderful things that you do or did, because they don't know yet, that it gets them thinking the most positive they possibly could about you, so that when you ask, they basically can't say no.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I think tragedies do bring people closer together. So, maybe he had something, maybe he had a general idea going that was pretty decent.
He had to figure I have to figure, I guess, that he had a pretty good idea she would say yes.
Hopefully.
I mean, I know some women who, if a guy tried this on them, they would kick the ring out of his hand and then just slug him.
True.
They'd be looking for the nearest knife to put in the middle of his head to give him a new hole to breathe through.
Yeah, same. That makes sense.
That's just, I mean, this guy.
I don't know. I still gotta give him props for creativity, though.
I'll give him some points for creativity. He probably put some money into this. And his girlfriend, Sheila, for the record, did say yes.
Oh, nice. Okay. I probably would have said no, though.
Yeah, and I don't know about this one, man. I mean, there's a lot of clever ways to propose marriage. I don't feel like this was a good one.
Yeah, the closest to get to that category, I've seen like the ones where like somebody gets arrested or something, and then the cop actually is like the proposer or something weird like that kind of feel. But yeah, thinking your own death, that's just not enough. It's too much.
Yeah, you can come up with some clever ways if you can get a police officer involved. Like, sir, you're under arrest. Where are my handcuffs? What? Why do I have a ring back here? Yeah. Silly, yes. Stupid, also yes.
Yeah. My favorite proposal of all time, there was one, I think they were both basketball players or coaches or something, and he was playing his fiance in a basketball game one-on-one, and out of nowhere, he faked a broken ankle and then got up and proposed. It was great. It was pretty cool.
Wow. I guess I could see that where, I mean, that's a little bit better than laying in the middle of a road somewhere.
True.
I guess. I don't know. I'd feel bad making somebody think that I was in really bad. Somebody twists an ankle in a basketball game. I guess you figure they can probably come back from whatever the injury is.
In like a week, yeah.
Yeah, they'll probably be all right in the long run, but you never know.
True.
So there you go.
Wow.
That's our mini-sode.
That's our mini-sode. Yes, it is.
We done.
We
done up in here already.
You already know.
Yes, we will be back again next week. Where I don't know. Are you still going to be gallivanting next week, Sir Dontae?
I should be back for like Tuesday, so I will be able to. Yeah, I will be able to be here for a full-sode. Is that the opposite of a mini-sode? A full-sode?
That sounds good. Full-sode. Can it be a fill-sode with Uncle Phil from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
R.I.P. Yes, I'm totally okay with that. Yeah. I think they should do a remake and have Will Smith play the Uncle Phil, and then Jaden Smith can be the new Will Smith.
Ooh, I just want James Avery back, man.
I know, me too. He was the greatest.
Good man.
He really was.
Well, maybe we'll have a seance with him next week. We'll see.
I like that idea. We're going to save at least 10 minutes for our seance. Make sure you all are listening. I'm so serious about this. We're going to have a seance, and we're going to bring back Mr. Avery.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
We're going to get Shredder himself back here, dagnabbit. Or one of them, I guess. I think it was different.
The Shredder from, the Ninja Turtles?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm liking the sound of this.
This is going to be awesome.
I'm liking this. Okay.
Fantastic. So yes, again, thanks for listening to the Greg and Dave Show. Now with 15% more Dontae.
Yes. Don't forget to check us out. We're on Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, all of the places where you can find good podcasts like YouTube and all of that stuff. You can also check out our website, thephmedia.com. thephmedia.com.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo.
And like that. Pretty much. Oh, and again, facebook.com/Greg Dave Show.
Yeah.
Where you can find these stories and much, much more. And by much, much more, I mean like a couple things.
Yeah, not too much. We don't try to overdo it, but you might see one thing that we didn't say on the episode. So you want to check it out. You still should follow.
Totally. Also, I should mention this before I forget, lest I forget. I believe the episode is up already by the time this show goes up. I am on the current episode of The Public House, which you can find at themedia.com, Public House Media's website.
Okay.
So I'm on there, and then I believe I'm on next week as well.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah, well, we're talking the episode that I think is up now. We're talking a little bit about the English language and the way different things are phrased, basically. Different regional dialects.
Oh, Bubbler and stuff?
Bubbler, exactly, yes.
I love it.
Stuff like that. And, I talk with a couple other dudes about that who have a passion for language, so people should check that out. And then I will be on again the following week, where I think we are talking about guilty pleasures.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to be talking about you, Mrs. Bale. Yeah, that's right.
Everybody's guilty pleasure.
She don't know.
She don't.
Yeah. That was a joke, Mrs. Bale. Yeah. Guilty pleasure, not what I think of when I think of you. I think of one of those words. You've been listening to The Greg and Dave Show. The Greg and Dave Show theme is Take a Chance by Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com.